strike. Nurses and Midwife Association of Ghana almost declare strike. In fact, a lot of strike actions are going on. Even TUC, a lot of the sectors there in our episode almost declare strike because of something they describe as condition or cost of living allowance. To almost try to our cola. You pay and once aka and I'm opening. Besides strike actions in Krapon, is it? Strike action. May I have a question I'm trying to say? Before this strike action.
Before, you can't strike. They say, "About for you, my for they understand the dynamics. They know what is going on.
Sure,
fine. Or my way in there, but you put too much stress on the government. You more binding now into me free or how you will make a kind of say free. Now you who say candle no more.
From Pacho Munjai, Mamo Fefe line Pacho Munjai, Mr. Mopa. Ivan, good morning, you.
Good morning.
Now, you besides labor agitation, strike action. May I have a question? I'm trying to say, before this strike actions goes on, this labor union, some of are buying government a lot of notice. Say, ye person you say, ye ma say, ye say my yen, one year ye be kon say, one kwa ye say, and so still, I buy better now. Not say we go on the strike action. But you're always joining the discussion 0503-236-735 0503-236-735. Now you know what I'm talking about. Ivan, strike action.
Yeah, the kind I mentioned what's here for. You can't strike. They say about for you, my for domunuma agu forma. I think it's a surprising because so we politics. So we will be able to follow politics and the national discussion for some time now. You see, say very often, try to make demands. Sometimes, among the government, if they are not able to come into a compromise, and we've seen a lot of them. Under Fourth Republic, where things almost all government be anywhere in pencil. Industrial actions like strike and as a form NC TASI. But at this particular point here, we so circumstances and I woman now or admit to say indeed and never more thing. Now still Ghana for a make these demands, especially at Jumaya 4, then you begin to ask yourself a lot of questions. Fine, if I'm for them making demands, at Jumaya 4. I started with the university teachers. Take somebody like Jampo.
Professor Rasmo.
He's a professor, very intelligent man. He understands the dynamics of politics. Said the name we are seeing now, especially yet. TV so da bia ye kasa o man no mu aye den ama ne ba mu aye den no onim mewa oko TUC ne other organizations nurses are threatening, doctors are threatening omu nyina ye privy to the fact that indeed and ne ma mu aye den ama Ghana by the economic veil hanging over this particular country, you know, is a very bleak desperation, economic desperation mo pa na yawo enti no nka you expected these individuals who say okay fine your demands near legitimate there, but enam say you nyina ye jetum so man no aye din ti no. That's why I told you say they are knowledgeable, they understand the dynamics, they know what is going on.
Sure.
Fine o man why din there, but yam person you put too much stress on the government. Yam more bind na ntimi free or how ya ye wo mi kakra na say free na ye hu say candle no mu aye okay then we can make our demands as government.
Sure.
But they have decided to make their demands at the time government has been complaining on daily basis and then you begin to ask yourself that why. We said then I'm starting fresh on and never why That is the Nsama Abaye come from the beginning to end. We are talking about very knowledgeable and intelligent people who understand the dynamics. They understand it. But in the face of all that, you know, more threatens there, the why I say because who say government is not being honest. And again, they know say there's trajectory now, the behavior and lifestyle government officials living and the pitch on my again, the priorities of government near my time of my sika investment womno and chiro because in the first place say obeti university na or course industrial action na catch and so my anymore there then opportunity near the size of government. No one who say the balloon size of government now had the output now and commensurating in any way.
Sure.
It means it's a job for the boys as usual. So the government has just decided to set up a cartel. Individuals are with useless portfolios, or they are not doing anything, but we are paying them. So what catch the jump say, embracing the heart. He will not agree. Because who say there are a lot of useless portfolios or individuals that are failure. Or more, I don't know
what they are, the duplication of positions.
Then, about the budget, I call the Office of the Government Machinery, OGM, are from 2017 to 2021, I increased it by over 937%.
Almost 1,000%.
Almost 1,000%, because Nasika called 79 million in 2016. About this year, you had somewhere over 3 billion allocation to the Office of Government Machinery. 2019, they overspent. We are not almost spending over 3.5 billion. Until this year, over 3 billion. The Office of Government Machinery. You shouldn't be surprised.
Fiscal deficit
because people are spending recklessly. They are saying it's a because the Office of Government Machinery, you know, said nipa asset, your friends saying the 2016 nipa more somewhere around 900 and over, and there were over 1,600 and over individuals. You complaining 2020, 2021 or more, so over 100, about 1,500 and over. Allocation, they call the SRA, they call.
No, and now majority leader, Honorable Chairman Sabusu. Now, or my public lecture now, or can say, a conon quanka, yente, a year, your friend is saying, ministers, so, Ember 19.
You see, so these are some of the, which means, you're better than some of your cano. Clement Becker, you didn't have a phone call. Exactly. It's not like you don't need, it's not a rocket science because look at a country like the United States of America. Now go and check the defense Department of War, among ministries, don't find a department. You are the Treasury Department, Department of State. The the judiciary. On mine to say Ghana, why do we have to say we even know Greek apart from our Greek ministers, you know, you over 2 to 3 deputies. I'm deputized because I there no more here. Okay, finance is the same thing. So we have created useless portfolios, and in the end, you know, Nipa will be a allowance, yet you be a the salary or mutu kwanya per diem. We are overburdening the state with the useless expenditure. So I know the day no catch teacher ni say on transfer on again. Look at Adebit say S Gracia. Somebody coming to office serving for just 4 years. And no for the problem because I think the constitution they are shared from the beginning and allowed
Article 71 holders.
That is absolutely nonsense. So because Obiba Baye, your friend is a council of state. The job is to advise the president. Advice is not binding. Yes, you can decide to pay the person, but why should the person go home with a huge sums of money over billions? When a teacher near or University of go to University of Ghana and go and check professors and teachers, you know, or car park check so who car papa at the state of Wum. but so ode okwa suya de say okwa kira de na bone be na why say okwa kira de na why bone impacting knowledge, you know, we think that it's irrelevant, but party communicators in your friend say you said that I created dummy portfolios, and then you just throwing money away. Say a teacher for international who said COVID-19 by schools, you know, they are in their state. I buy better after over 68 million Ghana cedis, or the top past questions at the amount class or one kind of when the welfare of the teachers, you know, young consider I buy that is the question. They factor all these things into their decision. Who said that the government has been recklessly incompetent, so insensitive to the plight of the ordinary Ghanaian. So Aban Kase share the pain. Now you embrace your belt here. Akufo doesn't have even a belt and what Titan, because he's living like an Arabian king. His ministers are living like your friend is saying. Your friend saying, Nkrofo, they are on their own, just spending money on a spending spree. So the teacher union, the teacher union, trade union, and as a foreigner will not agree with you. Okay, some of them because omunim says sika o honti na ye yantia na kenoforeta baka kire say or the 54 million anu amo ama Ghana for Accra Kumasi and ye fence Cape Coast. 54 million. Sasika me say a socha sika ye de ye wayo me de okrum ha MPP de campaign ba power. Okojo so account he couldn't account 54 million Ghana cedis. Ye say they are no amo tujimi na ya cha akokɔ de atoso e de ye cheche ma amanfo nipa fanyansa kwan wi sasika no. COVID-19 ba ha ye tia na ombaka kire say conferences in Zoom because now you're too kind
about 33 million 32 million Ghana cedis.
Virtual conferences oh kroma na sabi wo free say so na gina nipa team so jampo ni ninu anoma moti university no o kasa semhunu ni kire omo a omba kasa say in the face of all these things no say government enye sika kwaye sa na mahunu na then we are also making a fair demand. Yes, it's true, you have more children about the same about so cathedral asesa sofo chocho wuro de omudi niam anim and na ye wie sika wase say the cathedral because they told us that they are not going to use state money. But in the end, Aban Sika said na come over 200 million and they are pushing into cathedral. So say who pursue a perverted priority at this particular time. Now you think say a teacher for noon here, they will tell you say the government is being insensitive. And until I'm winning a carbon demonstration, and then they are all going on industrial strike because they have seen that the government has proven to be very insensitive. Government now lose touch with the reality. They are just doing things in a wayward fashion. And this is the time for us to make our demand. And I think that particular call is legitimate because all things being equal, all the variables in this particular thing being equal, and at this time teachers, trade union and so forth will not be making demands because
one thing that we've seen with this government, particularly, Mark Osei former MP for New Japan South. Now, Okase, are there any one of government because he's also a member of the party?
Yeah.
Okase, are there one said, sorry, now so called government positions in Libya. Who said such enterprises in the CEO,
yeah.
You have about 3 deputies.
Yes.
Deputies, look, I want aides.
Deputy.
O call last position you were Coco board. Cry, say you were secretary to the manager of just the person be
yeah.
Osha, and we see this state enterprise. Osha, you were a lot of these unions. No, your public sector workers union. No, so most of them and also show momo eco strike. Declare say Aban is okay. They are living
good.
At large.
Yeah, because you see, some of the portfolios are such that they are nauseating, and these individuals they are drawing fat salary. So imagine spending all your days becoming a professor, and And that being a professor, it means you have signed your poverty warrant. Because the only reason is that you decided not to go into politics. You have signed your poverty warrant. Or being a down for the president, you have not creative position, for instance. Okay, port here, there is no port.
There's no
signboard in the CEO. But it will say CEO. And Sika as CEO, no general. Jampo and half. But Jampo is a professor. He's doing nothing. So does it make sense? Will you sit down and say, because being a professor, and you end up going waste. You lose everything. But these are guys who have decided, say, yes, Ghana is our motherland. We're going to stay here. We're going to help impact knowledge on others. So how do you invest on them? But Cocoa Board, CEO, deputy to the supervisor, just say, and say, that is what they are doing. So as a reasonable president telling Ghanaians, okay, these are difficult times, then you will begin to resize your government by scrapping all those useless avenues now what create a man for occupy ministerial position and for I see no sense in it. Even over 275 members of parliament. What is the sense in it? What is the sense in it? Yet Chrome has a because if you're really committed, you just make it efficient by making it small. Look at quite recently the amount of money that went into the creation of region, six other regions. Go to the various regions now and say, apart from say they are not a creative region. Now say they are not a creative region. It is not about whether we are not a creative region are spending huge sums of money. Are there a lot of human we are by to your mocha when in on the ground nothing is happening? Go to Techimai and society go to Ahafo. Go so a whole society said the whole city and they have even overburdened the state. Say not only state houses are among for better than ministers now more appointed or mono. So we have to either build or high. But you see the whole essence of your region, your district constituency, is just to bring government to the doorsteps of the people. Now you're making sure, say, we are able to attend to the needs of the people by coming so close. But has it been effective? Your district or our hospital wouldn't be. But yet we are creating regions and as for because can't say so we have spent a fortune demarcating your fence land not nyansa be at the end of the day it's costing us too much. You see nyansa nearma nyansa ni ma ban we ya a door swan to the sense I what in China is the reason why everybody packing the bags say no be a name no won't be me can tell me say my more then Abraham community me fa over 1.8 billion they hang jet on in the move. Okay, they will give you funny reasons. The guy is so insensitive to the plight of Ghanaians. He doesn't see, say, Ghana, there is a problem. He doesn't see it.
337 political appointees at the Jubilee House.
Exactly.
What are they doing?
That is a job for the boys as usual. Nothing. Because Opa Bamba what failing woefully this particular government. Also now, I set it up your friends a jumbo jet size of a government. Jumbo jet. Bagaya and consistently president say what in a katuya so na nya omo na catch the president in katuya no you be on katuya na ban say na kwate so 30% fuel that allowances ekoso the size of government emfaso be any so why do we do all this? Because the office of the government machinery as such that at the end of the day, they don't account for it. Because you say scan with tables and a month for to do a salary. So anybody talking records papa be anyhow. That is the reason why you push scanning in the cocoa. You can't run a country like a table shop, like a tabletop shop. That is how they are running this particular country. So the labor unions, that is why I told you, sir, you not dealing with any individuals, so we are not dealing with a bunch of farmers. Sebi, omu ente niyama binumasi. You are dealing with intellectuals. Among four, they understand the dynamics of politics, governance, and its whole essence. They understand what should be the priorities of a particular government. So when they sit back and they see, say, those things and the priorities of this particular government, at the time a president na yen share the burden, you know, they will look at you and say you are a joke because there is no burden to be shared, because a burden of horse yen share unko hanjet in nemusa within the museum unko fa cathedral say we see at this particular time fa 8 million pass questions abran krenye baby na fa 32 million enkonko ye friend saying conferences zoom conference during COVID-19 fa over 54 million say what they kwakoye your friend saying what they know am for. These are avenues for chop ye sika ni nyina. So teacher ni not teaching him say no you sika sama aban kan nyina enye no. Se sia be no ka say go to the secondary schools. Teachers have threatened that Charles I release this statement say they are closing down school because there is no
food. Yes, almost someone buy 48 hours.
Exactly. I have sat on this particular television and other platforms at Makwa Culture say the Planting for Food and Job initiative was a very good initiative, but in implementation, you know, just slogans. No, nothing was committed to it. Ubenya a funny agric minister just walking all over telling you is a planting for food and job. And now the reality, the output in this secondary schools are complaining that they are shutting down schools. When was the last time I would say Sasemnubi?
Chache.
Mahama our branding as an incompetent depends what they say as a secondary school so one for near and crown for sugar mra or for bread and mra or man casam for moduanamra UTV that by a PTA for the EGG like Milana make us a quest a funeral contribution and over here young Franco Telby and sugar a school for, and these guys go around town ya talk as a brand set planting for food and job. We have a joke as an agric minister walking around giving interviews saying we are not wired for. So how come we cannot even feed our schools?
He will not be happy with you. Also find incompetent is too disrespectful.
That is what I'm saying. He's a joke. Incompetence in the understatement. He's a terrible joke. And you see, we live in a country Yanka say you're serious. And this guy goes around telling people so for president. He's a terrible joke. We are not serious because you see, the mere fact say you are advocating for planting for food and jobs now. You be through and food shortage all over all of a sudden. That should be a call for his outright dismissal.
Obviously, he posted a book room crossing saying planting for food.
It's a joke, a very big one. That is why I'm telling you. Say, Senka planting for food now. I told you the last time Sika Yedeko Vietnam farm Momba Kuruma say cassava banchia oko ukrase oko drobo ye fence sunyani oko ye fence boda no so ha dodo so ba no na se for no farming. And I'm for you know, and that bunch a short or chroma saying, and you have them telling you planting for food and jobs. Ubishana ya brand the cars and then as for fertilizers are omodeba chroma say and chama farmers, you know, or we are no more tongue fertilizer and aspire. None who video in them social media. No, a good baby.
I'm a witness to me visit. We visited one of the farms and what you saw. Many best farmer, female woman best farmer, and what other area more. Your corner foam and or catcher say for the past 2 to 3 years, no, omunya fertilizer and.
I knew, but the previous government supplied fertilizers. Among farmers and say by your bit boost to more crops. I'm buying almost more tongue. Every year, the same fund. A Greek minister so she a donkey no the cross Burkina Faso border no na donkey no kasa no ho enye yenti no gina ho ma donkey ne de money in our choir. And your joker. How do we entertain all these things in our politics? What I say? So you see, we have filled ourselves. See, I'm not because a child threatened to shut down schools. On top of that, a teacher for a cost strike. And what is the state of our schools? Secondary school, a teacher for they are doing food rationing. A teacher called me from your friend say Nafana Secondary School in Sampa. Okay. Me say on your friend say oh school more and he sees near my course. And what they do is say of first school any school be or no more and all their budget bro. Also sugar now so the budget your friends are flour.
Hey,
yeah, butter no. Schools, you know, near to the sense school any school be name or
you don't say.
Oh, this is a teacher. He called me on phone and he told me. And you can find out, you can just check, and it's not just that school. Schools you need bread. And crying no every my video say go back. Omo decide say cry from omo ni biem. When was the last time I was this animal? And it has happened at an era you can say you're pumping millions of cedis into planting for food and jobs. They say there aduanebu yes is a way of propaganda. The reality will expose you. Now this is the reality, and now started from the schools, and the com is coming. What are the measures Abani do go from just to address some of these challenges apart from the slogans? All that you are interested in say Yanko IMF, you say IMF is a joke. The whole IMF thing is a shit show because nothing is going to come out of it. Yako IMF 17 times. So what is the guarantee that going back this time around is going to save us? They're only going to tell you just to be disciplined in how you spend your money. That's what they're going to tell you because Sika IMF they be my near Sika yehu bi abre. Sika in that me say your friend is from 2018 to 2021. Sika ya subscriber as Europe Kroma 11 billion. And now say deputy finance minister say minority is 13 na mo 13 but 11 na ni kura nwu ade na ni nwu on ferry ade say obie na no kra aka say yakode $11 billion aba Kroma in the last 4 years. He admitted minority no added COVID-19 sikana buy no the county could do 13 because COVID-19 time no say and na yakoje rapid credit facility and then your fancy SDR drawings no and your bond there but any another huge sum of money what the kokan sika over 13 billion and about Kroma. Now when you am for 13 billion, Sika make a munti ni yo men can Ghana cedis so. Me say $13 billion and about Kroma say
within a period of
4 years.
4 years
from 2018 to 2 billion a buy. 2019 3 billion, 2020 3 billion. 2021 3 billion, 11 billion. And now 2020 now yeah winner. And now COVID-19 buy. Yes, I call IMF. No more 2 billion different rapid credit facility and then SDRs. So which means there was a particular year, $5 billion.
Aside the World Bank, World Bank country that America said within the period, over by 903 million.
300 million.
Government about so called Bank of Ghana also per 10 billion. Yeah, but 20 billion.
Yes. And what
aside donations,
banks and then as for my buyer
and donations. Yeah. to the COVID fund.
Exactly. It is an kanya COVID-19. Sasikana ya buy and kanya nikwe mbida. But because this is the time I owe mas Sasikana 2 billion kwana ya pay you. But COVID-19 time yet minya over 5 billion now flow into the country.
Which is more than what President Mahama IMF.
President Mahama sika okoje IMF was less than 1 billion.
Yes.
Less than it was 18 billion dollars
US dollars,
which is almost equivalent to sika your friend say World Bank approved my last fiscal year.
Sure.
No? But they campaign at the back of the fact that Mahama